What the fuck is containing? So you'll oftentimes hear casters or pro players, or if you're watching a stream, a pro player will talk about containing an enemy. And basically what containing an enemy is, it's an extension of map control. So it's how the CTs can kind of attain map control in a certain way and box the enemies in to a certain location. So a good way to describe containing an enemy would be a counter terrorist, for example. If we say that the counter terrorist standard setup would be one person back a B site, one person, let's say spawn, one person arch, one perch, and one like watching halls or something. Let's say this is a standard setup. If the terrorists start putting a little bit of pressure over onto banana, for example, what will happen is one of two things. One, defense gets spread thin by CTs rotating around, like so, and then doubling up here, or one person going to arch and one person staying in pit. Or the counter-terrorists decide to push. So what happens when the counter-terrorists decide to push? Let's say this player pushes into the window, spots around, says, hey, you know what? All this area is clean right now. What's going on? I think that alt mid's clear, so this area here is clear, and I think that mid's going to be clear, because I think that all of the terrorists are starting to go towards banana. So what this player does is he contains the opponent inside of banana. So he'll come around, he'll drop down, and he'll take an off angle, and he'll just spot for information, get a kill, and stay alive in the event that the terrorists decide that instead of going banana, they're going to come back and go up middle. So this player in this position now is containing the terrorists to be inside of banana or middle, and it disallows the terrorists from deciding to go and rotate back up middle, so the terrorists cannot come back up this way, because this player is going to spot it from this location alt mid, because he's containing the terrorists. That allows for his last teammate to rotate over to CT spawn, and now the counter terrorists can have a very strong banana hold. Envy did a really good job of this today in their match, and I'll show that just in a few seconds. But it is an extension of map control in the sense that you're not pushing for the flank, so this player is not coming all the way around and flanking banana players. He's just chilling back here and he's holding, and he knows that the terrorists are committed towards B, but he's not going to push and flank them. Another example of this, I'm going to use cash as an example. So if I were to use cash as an example, I'm going to put counter terrorists around. Let's say we have a standard setup is one person in A, one person highway rotator, one person middle, and then let's say there's two people B. So if B looks to be relatively clear, because this checker player is basically looking out and is like, you know what, B seems a little clear, there's a little bit of pressure happening towards A. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually ask my teammate to flash me through, and I'm going to go a little bit aggressive on B. So what this player is going to do is he's going to push out B, he's going to get all the way to sunroom right here. Instead of pushing all the way through the banana, basically, sorry, not banana, instead of pushing all the way through and flanking mid main and flanking A, what he's going to do is he's going to tell his teammate who's in the site, hey, just rotate off, go over to mid, have the mid guy rotate over to A, and now they can stack towards A with three people. One person can be spotting mid, and this player in here, his job is to kill any terrorists who either come back this way towards B main, or if they come out mid into the vents. He's in a really good position here to control both those rotation points, and he can allow his teammates to funnel the terrorists over towards A. So he's in a really advanced position. If the terrorists come back, his teammates have advanced warning so that they can start running back through CT up into heaven and CT spawn before the terrorists are able to make it back from this point here all the way into the bomb site. So that's what containing is. And another word that you can use for it, I know other players or other games use this word, zoning is the other way to use it. Anyways, check out the video and hope this helps. The round that I wanted to pick out that would show a team containing the enemy is a round from Envy versus Navi from today's games. And what happens here is, at the start of the round, what happens is Kiyoshima throws a smoke at the banana entrance for the rest of his team. And there's two reasons why Envy chooses to do this. One is because Kiyoshima is going to be an A player, So what this does is, by him throwing the smoke, both of the remaining B players have smokes to recycle later on the round. And the second thing is because Kiyoshima, the way that NV plays is that they're going to get aggressive here, and they have a timing push that they do. So at 1 minute on the clock, what happens is Apex and Kiyoshima do a timing walk push into the apartments together. So they push together into the apartments and they clear everything out once the clock hits 1 minute, and they don't see or hear anything going on at apartments. So when they do this, they actually push all the way through, and then they can push into alt mid. So right here, Kiyoshima is basically cleared out, like making sure that there's no one boosting up in apartments, there's no one in apartments, there's no one in alt mid boosting up into the window room, there's no one in the window room, there's no one holding in Romeo trying to have a lurk going on. So Kiyoshima is going to actually come here. Apex is going to take a peek over at middle. He's going to spot that there's nothing there, and what happens now is before the terrorists even do anything, before Na'Vi actually pushes in and breaches on this execute, we can see that the smokes are landed here as a counter smoke from the counter terrorists. So this is a counter terror smoke, this is a terror smoke, this is a terror smoke. We're actually going to see Apex rotating around. We already see Kenny S here, MBK's here, and Happy's here. So there's 3 NV members already at Banana. And actually Apex is going to have a quick rotation over to B because Kyo is already holding at mid. So with the amount of time left on the clock, Na'Vi does have the opportunity to sell a massive B fake and then rotate back up A and plant the bomb. Kiyoshima is in a great position here to contain Na'Vi and make sure that they're actually committing to the bomb site. It's the B bomb site. And Apex is actually going to sprint over, and before Na'Vi is able to actually penetrate the site, Apex is already going to be there, so it's going to be a 4 versus 5 hold. So as the execute is just coming on right now, we see the first kill going down, second kill is going down, and Apex is already in CT spawn here. So by the time that all the kills and trades happen, Kenyas is alive in back halls, and Apex is already at Banana spawn before Na'Vi is actually like past the site boundaries. Like Na'Vi is not in a position to plant the bomb, and that's all off the back of the push here. And instead of the instant flank, so instead of Kiyoshima and Apex coming in and flanking automatically, they just said, you know what, we have control here, let's just stack the bomb site at B. The round plays out, and Apex is able to get the last 2 kills. So this is a great example of how containing the opponents into an area and funneling them into a position, zoning them out, is a very effective way to control the map as a counter-terrorist.